Razor 94.7 104.7.
Hey man, how's it going for you?
Tour has been great. I think we've been out now for about 5 weeks, 4 or 5 weeks. Couple more to go, and just some of the craziest shows we've ever played.
I got a bit of a like behind the scenes type of question for you, and that's like, how did you and your band become so good at selling merch? Because every show that I've gone to, the one that you guys played up here in September, the line to get merch from you was out the door past security for the entire show. Like while you were playing, it was still out the door.
It's crazy. I think it's a few factors that sort of make up why people love our merchandise so much. First of all, our fans are just super awesome diehard collectors, just like I was and like I am with horror movies and bands, and wanting to own every different mask from Halloween or from Scream, and knowing the intricacies and the slight variations on costumes. I think we have that kind of fandom around this band. And I think that our artist, Mike Cortado, who does everything for us, is just extremely talented at bringing either my vision to life or creating his own inspiration from the songs and the music videos. And yeah, it's sort of a combination of all those factors. Sorry, I got disconnected there.
No worries.
That damn incinerator. Okay.
God damn incinerators. So the question was about the creative process?
Yeah, about making the stage show as involved as it is. It's almost like a mini play up there. What's the creative process like?
You know, we go into rehearsals sort of with a rough idea of some of the gags we want to pull off. We usually do a few days of pre-production. And honestly, a lot of the stuff is on the fly. Not the movie The Fly, but the metaphorical fly. You know, for instance, like the gag with the Paul Allen beheading scene in Hip to Be Scared. We kind of had an idea for that. The first tour we started playing that song, and it sort of evolved into this new way of doing it, which is a little bit more I would guess violent in terms of the sound effects we've added for it. The day before we left for the tour, when we were rehearsing, we came up with the shower gag, and you know, a lot of the other guys in the band and the crew are extremely quick on the fly with being able to build stuff. So they were able to put together this cool shower curtain, and we work with a lot of talented lighting people who are able to, I guess, just amplify all of the theatrics of the show. But it really is just kind of, it gets better and richer as each show goes on, because we kind of, you know, iron out all the wrinkles and kind of fine tune it. So the show tends to get better as the tour progresses.
Gotcha. You're a man of many facets. You enjoy many things in this world, and I want to know what excites you the most about your band, Ice Nine Kills. What, like, when you wake up in the morning, what gets you stoked about your band?
What gets us stoked? I think really, as far as the live shows go, just seeing people get what we're doing. You know, I think there's maybe a misconception that people have when I hear them go, "Oh, that band's cheesy." I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. No shit. That's what we love. We love the cheese. We love the satire. We love sort of, you know, playing with the audience's expectations. And we're not some scary band. We're more Spinal Tap than we are Deicide.
That makes sense. That's
although I like both.
Yeah, I mean, how can you not, right? it's you're very like it's just a unique band with the way that, like you said, you embrace the cheese and stuff like that. And you've gone through. We're on Horrorwood 2. I've talked to a couple of bands that have said, you know, going into tour cycles, they already have an idea of what they want to do next. Are you one of those bands?
As far as a record is concerned,
Anything,
a new record, or
really anything?
I would tell you, but I'd have to kill you. And unfortunately, I've already hit my quota for the day.
Damn it.
With the incinerator, that whole thing.
All right. Well, that was, I guess, a bullet dodge for myself on that then. And then let's say you personally, I mean, you are featured on, I think the last I counted was like 5 songs I've seen you singing on in the last year or so of other bands. Do you have a quota? Do you have a goal of how many features you're gonna hit? Is that a number that you want to get to?
Not really. Just kind of take them as they come in and just make sure that, you know, it's a great song and that it makes sense for the band and for our band to sort of get together on a track. But yeah, I'm flattered that anyone would want me to be on their track. I'm really not that cool. Definitely not as cool as Corpse Grinder.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty right. What was it like working with George Corpse Grinder Fisher on that song?
Well, we never actually got to meet him because everything was done in quarantine. It was just sort of done through you know, our producer and managers and stuff. But I will say that he absolutely killed it. He sounds awesome. He's got such a distinct growl that it really fit the vibe perfectly, especially with like the lyrical content being so vicious. I mean, we really take the lyrical content very seriously, especially when it involves pickaxes going through people's chests. You know, it's very serious material.
Of course. How do you like write your lyrics? Because it is all the movies, you know, you've got the lines in there. Is it what is that process like?
It's a lot of fun. Usually with the lyrical stuff, I'll come up with sort of a blueprint of phrasing and certain puns and you know, hooky kind of either patterns or the actual lyrics. And then Steve Sobchak, who we've worked with for years, kind of been our longtime producer, him and I just bat out the rest of the lyrics over Zoom, at least for this last record. And it's so much fun because we both have the exact same taste and we're always trying to make every line funny, some sort of clever play on words. It's funny because it's almost become a competition between the two of us, like who can think of the better double entendre or the more interesting wordplay. And then it's like it improves both of us because we both want to be the one to get, you know, to do the slam dunk, and we just work together so well. Often he'll start a line and I'll complete it, or vice versa when it comes to lyrics.
It's really cool that you got a collaborator like that. What type of, like, when you're what kind of you know, books or movies right now are you keeping your mind limber with for in the horror scene?
I just saw the movie X a couple of weeks ago, which was really, really cool. Ty West's new movie. Just a nice throwback retro homage to, you know, Texas Chainsaw, Evil Dead, little Friday the 13th, and it was just kind of done in the ink style, in the sense that it wasn't taking itself too seriously. Like it was very, very much satire, but still violent and artsy in terms of like the cinematography and interesting camera angles. So that, and then I think we're getting back into Kurt Vonnegut very much so. You know, the band is named after a Kurt Vonnegut reference from Cat's Cradle, and we just went to his museum in Indianapolis, and we bought a couple more books to reread some of the titles we haven't read in a while.
What do you think is the biggest draw to people in the horror genre, or even like the slasher, the violent and like, I don't know, just bloody mess? What do you think brings us humans into wanting to see that and experience it more?
I think as far as people really being into horror, I think there's like on a deeper, like philosophical kind of level, I think that people have a fear of death. And I think that subconsciously these movies kind of are a safe way of seeing death happen, and also sort of maybe acting out some of their, using this and enjoying horror movies instead of maybe acting out some of their violent impulses, kind of maybe feeds the beast a little bit. And then on a purely fun level, it's just, for the practical effects and seeing how, fake beheadings and stabbings work. I think there's just something cool and interesting about that. And it's kind of being like a kid in the, who wants to get into a food fight. Sometimes it's fun to just get messy.
That's a good way of putting it. Well, Spencer, I appreciate your time today. I hope that we see more videos, more crazy shit that you guys are getting into, because this is truly one of the most unique and amazing experiences, live performances that we as humans can experience here in 2022.
That is very kind of you to say. I really appreciate that.
You bet, man. We'll talk soon. All right.
Take care.